This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. The man accused of killing his parents and their friends in Bowdoin made his first court appearance today.
34-year-old Joseph Eaton of Bowdoin has been charged with 4 counts of murder. Police say a sister of one of the victims found the body of her brother-in-law, 72-year-old Robert Egger, inside their Bowdoin home Tuesday morning. When police arrived, they found the bodies of Patricia Egger and 62-year-old Cynthia Eaton inside the home. The body of 66-year-old David Eaton was found outside in a barn. Police found a note at the scene stating that someone was molested, but nothing was done about it. The note mentioned someone being free from pain, and the author talked about wanting a new life. It was not addressed to anyone or signed. Later Tuesday morning, police received calls about drivers being shot at on I-295 in Yarmouth. Police say 51-year-old Sean Halsey and his 2 children, 29-year-old Justin Halsey and 25-year-old Paige Halsey of Bowdenham, were hit and taken to the hospital. Paige Halsey is still in critical condition. Joseph Eaton was found near exit 15 southbound and taken into custody. Officers say Eaton confessed to the 4 murders and to shooting at a vehicle on I-295.
And as the state grapples with the horrific events in Bowdoin and the shootings along I-295 that police once again say were connected to the murders, several bills that could change Maine gun laws are moving through the legislature.
Despite calling those events tragic, lawmakers are not talking when it comes to those bills. Our Devin Dagnall joins us now live in studio with that part of the story.
Thanks, Peter and Beth. Today, I went to Augusta to have a conversation with lawmakers about the shootings that happened earlier this week and what they plan to do moving forward. However, neither Democrats nor Republicans were willing to speak with me. Some said it was too soon to talk. Others said they were too busy to discuss anything.
Despite all that, there are currently 3 bills awaiting committee to change gun laws here in Maine. LD 22 seeks to make state law agree with federal law on the sale and transfer of firearms. LD 60 would implement a 72-hour waiting period before the sale of a firearm. LD 168 would require criminal background checks for most private sales and exchanges of guns. There are those who believe gun laws should be stricter in this state and beyond.
Gun laws, I believe everywhere should be changed. Maine is fairly safe from what I know, but it's still way too easy to get high-powered weapons, and people underage are getting weapons way too easily. So I think that they should be changed so it's a bit more difficult, a bit more screening, a bit harder to get the higher-powered weapons.
According to the owner of A&G Shooting, Adam Hensby, the conversation needs to be about enforcing the current laws and addressing underlying mental health issues rather than adding more laws.
You know, the gun issue is not the issue that I see at hand. I see the mental health issue, the criminal issue is something we really strongly need to focus on. And we have a lot of laws on the books, and we don't tend to enforce a lot of these laws.
We made multiple calls, visited the House and Senate offices of both Democrats and Republicans, personally spoke with Senator Trey Stewart, and no one was willing to discuss on camera the bills currently being considered. Back to you, Beth and Peter.
All right, Devin, thank you very much. Meanwhile, a jury delivered a victory for developers of a $1 billion utility transmission project known as the CMP Corridor. They concluded the developers have a constitutional right to proceed despite being rebuked by state voters. Jurors were asked to decide a complicated constitutional question, whether enough work was completed in good faith for developers to have a vested right to complete the project before the referendum vote. Based on the outcome, a state judge is expected to find that the referendum was unconstitutional. The decision will be appealed to the state Supreme Judicial Court for the final say. The Natural Resources Council of Maine, which opposes the power line project, said in a statement that it was disappointed in the outcome and remains, quote, sharply focused on achieving a just and equitable clean energy future that works for all Mainers, end quote.
Senators Susan Collins and Angus King announced that the Jackson Laboratory will receive $1.2 million from the National Institutes of Health for 2 projects. $700,000 will be allocated to a research project led by Jackson Lab Assistant Professor Eric Bloss. That project will investigate how physical activity affects brain structure and function in older populations. The remaining $500,000 will be allocated to a project led by scientist James Goodwin to determine the role of lymphoid immune cell networks in tissue regeneration. In a joint statement from Senators Collins and King, they said, quote, both these investments represent exciting advances in their respective fields and have the potential to significantly enhance quality of life, end quote. Jackson Lab's scientific director, Nadia Rosenthal, told us she's proud of both the scientists for receiving the awards, which will help them continue their cutting-edge research here in Maine.
When you get this kind of validation with highly competitive awards coming in to our young researchers, it's particularly satisfying. Yes, we've been looking at the genetic base of disease for many, many years, but both of these young scientists are using really cutting-edge technologies that they've developed themselves here at the Jackson Laboratory.
If you'd like to learn more about the research taking place at Jackson Lab, you can visit jax.org.
Well, the American Red Cross is urging people to make a donation that could make a life-saving impact this month. April is National Minority Health Month, a time that raises awareness about health conditions that disproportionately affect racial minorities. Red Cross representatives say that it's vital for donors to make appointments soon in order to help those that rely on blood donations for survival.
One of the conditions that overwhelmingly impacts communities of color, especially the African American population, is sickle cell disease. One of the most successful treatments for the pain that sickle cell disease can bring is blood transfusion.
Well, to encourage donations, the Red Cross has partnered with Peanuts, the brand associated, of course, with the famous Charles Schulz characters. And thanks to Peanuts, those who donate through April 30th will be entered for a chance to win a 3-night trip to California. To find locations and schedule a donation appointment, you can visit redcrossblood.org.
Well, as another visible indicator of how far we have come in the response and management of COVID-19, starting today, universal masking is no longer required at Northern Light Health facilities. Masking will still be required, though, in certain areas such as cancer care and infusion centers, but it will not be required for most people in most other areas. Senior Vice President of Clinical Operations, Chief Access Officer Glenda Dwyer says they have been working closely with clinical leaders for several months to determine the right time to move away from universal masking. She says the downward trend in community infection and hospitalization rates for respiratory infection, coupled with careful planning to ensure patient safety, indicates that they are ready for that move. Definitely another sign in the progress that has been made.
Yeah, it's definitely a milestone for sure. And, just kind of frees things up a little bit for visitors. If you walk in and you've forgotten your mask, maybe it's not quite as big a deal now as it was in previous months, but certainly important to remain vigilant. And in those areas where, you have severely compromised individuals like those cancer care areas, important to still remember that mask.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, well, taking a look outside, another absolutely beautiful day, mild temperatures.
Yeah.
So here's hoping that continues.
Yes, so much sunshine to just soak it all up today. It was a great day to be outside.
Indeed. All right, well, let's get a first check of our forecast and see what else is coming.
Alrighty, Beth and Peter, thank you very much. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Salibro's Rug Cleaners, Maine's largest rug cleaning destination for over 70 years. All right, let's get things rolling out there this afternoon, and we're looking pretty good out there. A few clouds have been tracking through from time to time. In general, like we discussed earlier, for those that watched this morning, it's been kind of a partly cloudy day around here, though. We're watching more excitement off toward the west that's developing, and cold fronts causing showers and storms to develop, and some of those are turning severe across parts of the Midwest. But for us, though, we're looking pretty good, and temperatures not too bad today. They've made it into the 50s from time to time, just a little bit cooler further off towards the north. The hourly forecast for the rest of the evening period looking pretty decent. Big show of some clouds and some clearing skies. Temperatures in the 30s. The full 5-day forecast is coming up. Beth and Peter?
Alrighty, Devin, thanks so much. We'll be looking for it. In the meantime, coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, a new food truck is off to a successful start in Orono.
And we'll take you up to Milo for the grand opening of a new cannabis dispensary. Those stories and much more as ABC 7 News at 6 comes right back.
Max True Value Hardware in Unity is the best option year-round for all of your home improvement projects. Backed by one of the leading paint manufacturers in the United States, Max will color match or custom mix any color for you. We care about your pets too, carrying all of the essential pet products in our store. During those cold winters, we take the extra step to help with wood pellets ready to load on site. We also fill all size propane cylinders year-round. Max True Value Hardware. We take pride in serving our community. Let us know how we can help you today.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
You didn't live this strong, this long, to get put on the shelf like a porcelain doll. But 1 out of 2 women over 50 will suffer a fracture from osteoporosis. You should know you can build new bone with Evenity for postmenopausal women with osteoporosis at high risk for fracture. Ask your doctor if you can do more than just slowing down bone loss with Evenity. Want stronger bones? Then build new bone. Evenity can help in just 12 months. Evenity is proven to reduce spine fracture risk by 73%.
Evenity can increase risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from a cardiovascular problem. Do not take Evenity if you have low blood calcium or are allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions and low blood calcium have occurred. Tell your doctor about jawbone problems, as they have been reported with Evenity, or about pain in your hip, groin, or thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred.
Don't let a break put you on a shelf. Talk to your doctor about building new bone with Evenity.
For the best boat deals this year, see your favorite brands in Belfast for Hamlin's Marine's Coastal Boat Sale. At Hamlin's Marine, we are powered by Yamaha Outboards, and we have more than 20 boat packages on display from Carolina Skiff, Janot, Chris Craft, Scout, Sea Chaser, Eden Driver, and Weldcraft, including dinghies on display from Achilles and Puffin. Re-register at our website for a chance to win $1,000 worth of Helly Hansen apparel. Come see it all and more April 28th to the 30th at Hamlin's Marine's beautiful showroom on the Belfast waterfront.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. Students and faculty at Husson University showcased the results of their hard work during the university's 13th annual Research and Scholarship Day. The annual event is a tribute to the scientific exploration that takes place at Husson every year. Graduates, undergraduates, and faculty members from each of Husson's colleges and schools presented the results of their capstone research projects and other work. For the first time ever, the event included projects by students from the New England School of Communications, such as NESCOM senior Drew Hallett.
So behind me here we have a demonstration of our workshop class, which is a capstone for seniors in the film video production program. We get 2 different departments. We have either the film or a client-based project. I was part of the client-based project, and here we got to do a project with Maine Police Association, where this is a client-based video advertising to get recruiting people to come to the state of Maine and be a police officer.
Hallett says everyone in the class was assigned a different role, and the team had to conduct research and work collaboratively to create their final product.
Well, if you're looking for more signs of spring, look no further than Orono. The line stretched across the parking lot for the opening day of the Friends Without Benefits food truck. They offer specialty burgers and fries, and their chef makes all the sauces homemade.
Setting up a couple days, a lot of people stopping by and just checking out, and obviously people saw it and took notice and are all coming and stopping by.
This is my first time trying it, and I'm excited. I know it's going to be great.
Well, this is their second season in Orono. The Friends Without Benefits food truck is located on Main Street across from the fire station.
Well, a new recreational cannabis dispensary in Milo celebrated its grand opening today. Green Life Maine owner and operator Bob Aid welcomed customers into the store at 19 Park Street. Aid was recently recognized with the Piscataquis Chamber's 2022 Business of the Year Award for his Pat's Pizza franchise locations in Milo and Dover Foxcroft. Chamber Director Denise Bazzelli says the business began to materialize after the town's select board expressed interest in the industry and bringing more options to the community. Aid says that's his goal, with the nearest dispensary being 40 miles away in Old Town.
You'll have Milo, Bramble Junction, Dover, Foxcroft, Guilford. There's just a lot of areas to pull from, and I think really our goal is to market and reach all those communities and let them know that there's, instead of going to Bangor, there's something local that you can go to, and you can get all the great vendors that you would get in Portland right here in Milo, Maine.
You can find more information by visiting the Green Life Maine Facebook page.
And a timely day for that grand opening there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6. Some Mainers are getting a jump start on Earth Day.
And in sports, the Bangor Muni is open for the season, and part of the back nine is going to look a little different this year. We'll have that story right after the break.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Every year, tens of thousands of older Mainers are abused or taken advantage of, usually by a trusted family member. Don't sign away your home. Even if promised, you can still live there. Don't hand over your checkbook or credit card. Don't sign legal papers like a loan document or power of attorney without talking to a lawyer first. Protect yourself, your assets, your independence. Free, confidential legal advice is just a phone call away. Call Legal Services for the Elderly.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA Insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Planning to dig in your yard with power tools? Call DigSafe first. Call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig. Utility crews will come out and mark where your gas, power, and cable lines are buried. Keep yourself and your neighborhood safe. It's the law.
Skudik and Bloom, a full-service, custom-designed florist, Main Street in Winter Harbor.
We can deliver one-of-a-kind, full-color flower arrangements
by custom floral designer me, Pam.
Delivering to Ellsworth and surrounding areas for any occasion.
Please visit SkudikandBloom.com or call 844-SKUDIK.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Engstrom's Auto Service in Guilford. We specialize in all foreign and domestic service and alignments.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with some golf. On Wednesday morning, the Bangor Municipal Golf Course welcomed their first golfers of the season, and after some work this winter, that back nine is going to play a little different this season. Ryan Sudol has more.
Here we are, opening day. Nice crowd right off the bat, so all's well to start the 2023 season.
Spring is officially in swing. On Wednesday, Bangor Municipal Golf Course finally opened for golfers for the first time since November.
We've had a lot of messages the last couple weeks. People are just anxious to get out.
And if you do go out, you'll see that holes 14, 15, 17, and 18 have had trees trimmed or cut down. An FAA directive to clear way for Bangor International's extended runway project.
We had quite a few trees on the back nine that were affecting the departure plane, so we had to remove those.
But they weren't about to leave everything be and let the golfers off easy.
The number one thought was, how is this going to play and how are we going to put it back together so it's just not a wide open desert out there.
So on 15, the trees will be replaced by pesky fescue grass, and fairway bunkers will soon be added there as well as on 17 and 18.
I think it might play a touch harder. If you hit a fairway bunker on the left, you're going to have a 180-yard bunker shot into the green, and that's a very, very tough shot for most amateurs.
But at least for now, the feedback on the changes has been pretty positive.
Some of the areas like 17 and 18 where trees were thinned out, they just love the look of it.
It's kind of like playing a new course. I like it.
All in all, a project that could have certainly been perceived to negatively impact the golf course is going to positively impact it.
In Bangor, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Excited to get out there this season. Let's go to some lacrosse now. A big Class A matchup over at Cameron Stadium on Thursday morning. Hamden Academy looking for a 3-0 start to the season. The Bangor Rams looking for their second win in a row. First quarter, Broncos with it. Evan Vive scoops up the ground ball, comes around and fires off the bounce, gets that one to go. Hamden up 1-0. But then the Rams would really turn it on. Here's Hunter Arno coming on his horse down the field, kicks it to Richie Trott, fires point blank. That ties things at 1. Second quarter, here they come again. Miles Randall over to Josh Ryan, fighting through the defense, firing a low ball that goes 2-1 Rams. Here's Randall again. This time he's not going to pass it. Winds up, snipes one top shelf. The Rams would take a 5-2 lead in the second, but Hamden would fight. Here's Gabe Thornwall from Jack Johnson. This one was hard fought on both sides until the end, but the Rams take it 8-7. All right, moving on to some hockey now. No Bruins until Friday, and on Friday, the Maine Mariners and Reading Royals will open up the Kelly Cup playoffs in Reading, Pennsylvania, with Game 2 set for Saturday. The Mariners are back at practice this week, preparing for the long-awaited rematch. These two teams met last April in the first round of the Kelly Cup playoffs as well, with the Royals taking the series in 6 games, and that is something this veteran group of Mariners has not forgotten.
There's definitely a certain level of redemption to it. It's nice that we have so many returners, to be completely honest, that felt that pain a little bit last year.
We got a lot of returning players from last year, and even though we lost last year, we played well, and we're ready to go. I think we're gonna redeem ourselves this year for sure.
All right, wishing them luck as they get started. That is all the time we have for sports. Here's Devin Biggs with your full 5-day forecast. Devin?
Alrighty, Tyler, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by C&K Variety. Stop by C&K Variety in Herman today for hand-tossed pizza, subs, salads, and more. C&K Variety, your local go-to convenience store. All right, let's get things rolling out there this afternoon. We're looking pretty good out there now. Just a few clouds that have been passing through in a few spots, so we're looking pretty good out there. It's been a pretty quiet day for us. You have to zoom things out to see any kind of excitement across parts of the country here. This area, low pressure continues to track from the west, going toward the east. We're going to be watching for opportunities for rain. It has slowed down since this morning. We had rain in the forecast for Sunday. We have now taken that out because the system that's going to be moving in is slowing down. Futurecast moving forward, though, a partly cloudy sky this evening. Maybe some precipitation in the western parts of the state. Maybe a few rain and snow showers possible there. By Friday, we're looking pretty good. Just watching things clearing out. A partly cloudy sky again. Have the sunglasses ready to go. You will need those. And then watching for some clouds that will be increasing as we head towards early Saturday morning as that system slowly starts to move in. And we'll continue to watch those clouds building in. I think Futurecast might be underdoing the clouds just a bit, though, but we'll be watching for clouds building in overall throughout the weekend. Otherwise, though, here's the latest run that's in. Earlier today, we were talking about this rain moving in by Sunday afternoon. Notice it has now slowed down for those that watched earlier this morning. For those down checking things out, the rain has slowed down to where it will move in later on tonight, or should I say later on Sunday night into parts of Monday morning. So by Monday morning, that rain will be starting to move in. And then the system kind of stalls out. We'll be watching for rain that will be building in both Monday into Tuesday, possibly into Wednesday as well before it finally starts to get out of here. Looks like Tuesday night into Wednesday we'll start to see this clearing out of here. Wave height's not too bad. No advisories in effect along the coast. The surf is rather calm for us, at least right along the coast. So 1 to 2 feet according to these buoys here, but 5 feet being noted just farther out towards sea where things a little bit active farther away from land. But temperatures, you can see this big boost of warm air that's moving in, 85 degrees in Washington, 86 degrees in Raleigh, but a little bit cooler in Bangor at 51 degrees. You can see where we have an area low pressure setting up shop with plenty of warm moist air to allow some showers and storms to develop in a few areas. Another look at those high temperatures from today. We hit the lower 50s today, some 40s and 30s further off towards the north. Still a little bit cooler in a few spots, but overall not too bad. There's still been a little bit of snow in a few spots, though, which has helped to hold temperatures down there. At least snow that's still stuck around on the ground, I should say. But otherwise, so Tuesday and Wednesday, the last couple of days, we've had temperatures slightly below normal after a few days of running above average. So we have cooled back down to reality, but overall not too bad moving forward. Our average high temperature is 56 degrees. Upper 50s on the way to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Upper 40s Monday to Tuesday. Back into 50s again Wednesday and also into your Thursday. And of course, still a little bit of snow in a few spots though on the ground, but that's melting away very quickly. We are just about done with the snow for the season. For tonight, 33 degrees, partly cloudy. Northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 50s, partly cloudy again, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by C&K Variety. Looking pretty good for you Sunday with a mostly cloudy sky, highs in the upper 50s. Backtracking to Saturday, mostly cloudy, highs in the upper 50s. The rain now moves in Sunday night and the Monday, highs on Monday in the upper 40s. Upper 40s again for Tuesday with a chance for rain. Beth and Peter?
All right, looking pretty great. Thanks, Devin.
Alrighty, and there is still more to come. Stay with us.
I got a call from some scammer who had the nerve to ask for my Medicare number. I was not born yesterday.
When someone asked for my Medicare number in a text, I knew it was a scam. Nice catch.
And your mother knew it wasn't a real email. Go, Mom! I don't share my Medicare number with strangers.
If you get a call, text, or email asking for your Medicare or personal information,
delete.
Shut it down.
Nope.
Learn more at medicare.gov/fraud.
Every time you shop at Hannaford, you do more than just buy groceries. You support our mission to keep 65 million pounds of food waste each year out of landfills and put it to much greater use. The good food goes to community pantries and food banks. What isn't used there goes to feed these guys. The rest is made into renewable clean energy. All of it helps reduce harmful greenhouse gases and helps sustain our planet for future generations. Hannaford Supermarkets, greater than groceries.
Spring into savings and refresh your home at Ashley with up to 30% off designer picks, where we have a selection of items created by our elite team just for you. Plus, special financing options for every budget, only at Ashley.
Skudik and Bloom, a full-service, custom-designed florist, Main Street in Winter Harbor.
We can deliver one-of-a-kind, full-color flower arrangements
by custom floral designer me, Pam.
Delivering to Ellsworth and surrounding areas for any occasion.
Please visit SkudikandBloom.com or call 844-SKUDIK.
Hey, Maine. How are you? Yes, you. How are you really? It's a question we rarely ask ourselves. But to Northern Light Health, how you are means a lot. So we're out here asking and encouraging you to ask the people in your life, starting with yourself. So ask away. Then connect with us at northernlighthealth.org/howareyou.
Time to get to the Toyota Spring Sales Event for affordable 3.99% financing on an all-wheel drive Camry. So come get your savings, then get out there. Toyota, let's go places.
Tonight, the abortion pill ruling. Millions waiting on the Supreme Court. Plus, after 3 shootings in a week over apparent mistakes, the new debate over gun laws. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
Welcome back. Some Mainers are getting a head start on Earth Day celebrations by giving back to the community. Our David Ledford brings us more.
Spring has finally sprung, and with it, some are excited to dust off their rakes and get outside for a good cause. Down East Horizons, a group that helps to support those with developmental disabilities, has returned to Brewer to pick up sticks, rake leaves, and clean up trash ahead of Earth Day. Around 100 people with developmental disabilities and their caregivers came out to the Woodlawn and Oak Hill cemeteries to participate in the annual cleanup. DJ Hart, superintendent of Brewer Parks and Cemeteries, says that the event is a significant help in removing hard-to-find sticks that would otherwise damage the city's lawnmowers.
It's a huge help for what we have with labor shortages and things like that. When we have opportunities for community involvement, it helps us out immensely. They can come in with 60 people and in 3 or 4 hours have everything picked up.
Every year, participants do their part to keep local parks and cemeteries clean. But organizers say the day is about more than tidying up the city.
It's a feeling of self-worth, when you give back and you help other people. So, often these folks are the ones, the recipients of that help. But today, they can prove to the world, at least Maine, that they're giving back. And they can give back if they're giving that opportunity.
Hart says the volunteers are leading by example with the work they're doing. However, for those that dread spring cleaning, he says that participating in Earth Day can be as easy as a walk in the park.
Get out and recreate, get out and exercise, be healthy, and take that opportunity on Earth Day to get out and do something outside that makes an improvement to whether it's around your own house or some other place in another community.
In Brewer, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And it's always such a great feeling to be part of a community effort such as that.
Yeah.
And
even if it's doing something small.
Exactly. But then to, at the end of the day, look back and say, hey, we did this all together.
Made something a little better.
Exactly. It feels great.
Alrighty, folks. Well, that is going to do it for us from everyone here at ABC 7 News. Take care and have a great rest of your night.
Good night, everyone.